Hey y'all, it's Shia. I figured I would do something different today. I will still be recording an actual audio script. It's gonna be later than what it normally is. So, yeah, I have always kind of been intrigued by questionnaires, and I found one that actually piqued my interest. It's on the subreddit by the user beforeKnightfalls. That is both the subreddit and the user's name. He created 3 scripts and then combined them into one, and I've read a few of the questions, and they definitely intrigued me, made me think. So I wanted to do a recording answering those questions. I'm going to apologize in advance if some of the answers are vague or to the point and short. I also apologize. I will be answering questions with questions. And this is totally not my second time recording this. Joys of living in a house with kids. But yeah. So let's just get started. There's 35 questions, so hopefully I don't make this too long. So don't everybody getting bored. But yeah. Question number 1. You are in a park when you see a white rabbit in a vest holding a pocket watch declaring to no one in particular his tardiness. Do you follow him? Do you continue down the rabbit hole knowing full well where it might lead? And yeah, I would. I would follow that darn rabbit. Particularly a talking rabbit. In clothing. With a pocket watch. I'm curious by nature. So it would have definitely caught my interest, and I would definitely follow that rabbit. Even though I know where that rabbit hole is going, I would still go. Because I'd be curious. Number 2. Who are you? How do you know this? The main answer that pops into my head, and it's probably how I'm going to answer mostly all of these, is I am who I am. I mean, there's no definitive answer. I'm Shia, but I am who I am because I'm changing every day. Every experience, every emotion, it has an impact and it changes me, even just a little. Number 3. Are you simply your mind, body, combination, or something more? Well, I'm hoping that something more can also be a combination. Because I'm going to go with something more. Because not only am I my mind and my body, but I'm my heart. My heart and my mind may control my body. So, yeah, I'm going to go with something more. Number 4. Define consciousness in... And no, I can't say that word, so I apologize. Can't say it. Consciousness. In your own words. How do you know you're conscious? In my own words, I barely even know the actual full dictionary definition of consciousness. So, I'm gonna go with being alert. Consciousness is being alert and aware. How do I know I'm conscious? Because I'm very alert and very aware of what's going on around me. It's not a fog, and I'm not forgetting everything like 30 seconds later. Number 5. Is it possible to prove that other people besides yourself have consciousness? How would you prove it? Some of these questions are really hard. I can't really prove that other people are conscious, mainly because I'm not them. I can't tell if they're truly alert and aware. So, no, I can't. Number 6. Do intelligence and consciousness go hand in hand? I'm gonna say no. Some people are very intelligent subconsciously. So it's not always the consciousness that would create or go with intelligence. So no, I don't think they go hand in hand. Number 7. How can you be certain that other people exist and are not extensions of your consciousness? Well, for one, they definitely don't. They surprise me. Let's go with that. People surprise me, whether it's a good surprise or a bad surprise. But they surprise me, so that's how I can be certain that they exist and they're not part of my consciousness. Number 8. Can a machine obtain consciousness? Why or why not? I don't believe a machine can obtain consciousness because it basically follows its programming. Even if it's a learn as you go type machine, it's still following a set of rules, a set of instructions. So no, I don't think a machine can obtain consciousness. Number 9, if someone is cloned, are they conscious? Are they the same person or someone new? Cloning in DNA, technically, yes, they'd still be conscious. They're still human beings, technically. And I think they'd be someone new, because they'd be able to make their own choices. And it may not be necessarily what the original had chosen, or what they would choose, and thus would create new experiences and create new personality traits, or ways that they look at things. So yeah. Number 10. Do you make choices, or are your choices only made because of forces acting on you? Ultimately, do you have free will, or is it simply an illusion? For the most part, I'm going to say that I make choices. My choices are my own. Ultimately, I believe I have free will. I don't believe it's an illusion, because technically, I'm going to say technically a lot. It's a nice word. I like that word. Oh, technically, I can choose to do something, or I can choose not to do it. There may be some things where outside forces would be acting upon me in influencing my choices, but wouldn't necessarily make my choices. Number 11. Do we have the right to be happy, or is it a privilege that must be earned? I'm going to start off with a question to this question. Are we talking about the feeling of happiness, or kind of happy? Because I believe that we all have the right to be happy. Happiness is not a privilege. It's a right. When you're born, you're happy whether you've earned it or not. I will admit there are some things that you'll have to earn, you'll have to work towards to be happy. People have dreams, and when they work towards them, they become happy. So in that sense, I suppose it's a privilege, but in the main sense, I think we all have that right. Number 12. What is the actual value of currency? Well, this will definitely be a full-fledged question for a question. What do you consider value? Value in everybody's eyes can be completely different. It can mean something different. So it really kind of depends on what you mean by value. Number 13. Every time you wake up from your bed, how can you be certain you are still not in a dream? Are you grounded in the knowledge that the waking life is real and your dreams are simple fantasy? Pretty sure I'm not in a dream because, well, no, yeah. Every time I wake up from my bed, I know I'm not in a dream because I've got headphones wrapped around my neck or somewhere on my pillow underneath my head, poking me in the back of the skull, telling me to wake up. So yeah, I'm pretty grounded in the knowledge that when I'm awake in real life is completely different than my dreams. Because, my dreams are simple fantasy. Some of my dreams I do hope to make a reality, but that's a different story. So, yeah, I'm grounded in that knowledge. I know what's real and I know what's not. So, yeah. Number 14. Are you certain of your own existence? Well, this is kind of philosophical, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I exist. I think, therefore, I am. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure I exist. Number 15. Are you free? If not, how can you become free? Question for a question. What do you mean free? Free to make my own choices? Yes. Free to make my own decisions? Yes. Free to think the way I want? Yes. Free to do what I want? Not necessarily. My answer to that is going to be, what do you mean by free? Number 16. You awaken in your bed to a loud disturbance. A young boy struggles to catch his shadow. He soars around your room as he attempts to do so. Once he has captured this pesky part of his personage, he attaches it to himself, then turns to you. He claims he can take you to a faraway place where you would never grow old. Instead, you would stay young forever. Do you go with him? Where does he take you? No. No, I would not go with him. The promise of staying young forever is really tempting. But if I stayed young forever, I'd never grow. And I don't mean just grow old. I mean grow as a person. And so, yeah, no, I wouldn't go with him. I'd wish him luck. And congratulate him on catching his shadow, but no, I don't think I'd go with him. Number 17. Describe your perfect reality in as much detail as you can produce. My perfect reality. Well, this one's a little more hard, and I've got so many options. And words fail me. So the perfect reality would probably involve having the love of my life, a person who loves me for me, and who I can love in return, at my side, and of course I'd be at their side, and I'd have the time and the resources to be able to do what I love, which is kind of like this, to be a voice actor, and be able to hone my craft and work on my skills. That would be my perfect reality. Number 18. For a single day you have no restrictions. You do not have to obey any laws, not the law of gravity, nor the rule of law. You may create and destroy matter at will. This is only for 24 hours. Everything you do remains the following day once all the restrictions of the universe are placed back on you. What do you do and why? I honestly wouldn't do anything different. There's, in my opinion anyway, there would be no point to do anything that would be construed the next day as illegal, because for every action there is an opposite and counter reaction, and you'd still have those repercussions, even though technically you wouldn't be in trouble for breaking the law because you'd have no restriction for it. But if you broke the law to hurt someone, that person would still be hurt the next day. If you broke the law or did something, the rule of law, to take something, that it'd still be stolen the next day, which would hurt someone. So, no, I wouldn't really change anything. I wouldn't do anything. Nothing different, anyway. Number 19. You may remove a single emotion from all of human consciousness. Once removed, it can never be felt again. Which emotion do you remove and why? Honestly, I wouldn't remove a single emotion. I know there's so many that people in the moment of feeling it wish they could get rid of, like sadness, regret. I don't know if depression's technically an emotion, but it definitely feels like one when you're in that moment. But honestly, those are things that make us who we are. They're what sculpt us. And I think getting rid of them would more than likely change who a person is. So I wouldn't want to get rid of any emotion. I'd like to see a little less sadness and a whole lot less depression, but I wouldn't get rid of it. No. Number 20. You may remove a single emotion from yourself. Which do you remove and why? This is going to be the same answer. I would not remove a single emotion. My emotions make me who I am. They make up about probably 95% of my personality. They've helped sculpt me into who I am today. Without all of my emotions, I wouldn't be who I am. And I can say that for a fact. So, yeah, no, I wouldn't remove a single emotion. Number 21. You no longer see time from a fixed perspective. Instead, you see every action you have taken and every action you will take from now until your death. You cannot change the actions you see ahead of you. They will happen despite your knowledge. Is this new perspective a blessing or a curse? Why? And how do you cope with this new perspective? Curse. It would be a curse. The reason it would be a curse to me is being able to see all of the actions that I would make ahead of myself, and not being able to change them, that would tear me up inside. I mean, you'd be able to see it and you'd be like, no, why are you going to do that? And you do it anyway and you're like, dang it. So, yeah, it would be a curse in my opinion. How would I cope? Probably put it to the peripheral. Make it so it's on the outskirts, so it's not my focus. And then that way I'd still know, but at least it wouldn't be in my face. 22. You can be gifted true immortality. Nothing can hurt your physical form. You will endure for all time. Do you take this gift? Why or why not? No, I would not take that gift. I wouldn't want to live forever. I wouldn't want to see my loved ones pass away and me not be able to do anything about it. I wouldn't take it. 23. In your immortality, you are granted a single partner to be given immortality with you. If you said no to the immortality before, does this change your answer? Who would this person be and why? I would love to be able to say that yes, it would change my answer from the previous question, but still no. Still a hard no. I would not, I still wouldn't take it. Being granted immortality and having someone to have immortality with sounds great in theory, but I'd still see the rest of my loved ones pass away. I'd see them grow old and disappear, and there's nothing I'd be able to do to stop it. And I really don't want to live forever. I want to live for a really long time, but not forever. So no, it would not change my answer. And I'd hope that the person that I'd end up being with someday, it wouldn't change their answer either. Okay. 24. You are dying, but it doesn't have to be so. We can transport all that you are into a machine. This is not a copy. It will be you inside this machine. Your physical form will be destroyed in this process. Do you accept this offer? Why or why not? No. Pure and simple. I would not accept that offer. Mainly because, yes, it would be great to transport all of my thoughts and memories and personality, etc., into a machine, but a machine still is a machine. And no matter how much intelligence or memories you give it, it still can't feel. It still can't experience that emotion, not true emotion. So no, I would refuse the offer, and I'd let myself go. So yeah, 25. Death has come for you. It is the Reaper in his black cloak, face obscured by shadow. Before he takes you away from the mortal plane, you may ask him 3 questions. What do you ask the Reaper? My first question is probably going to be along the lines of, will my family be okay? I know it wouldn't change anything, but just having that knowledge would definitely allow me to go in a more peaceful way. My second question would be, did I make a difference? Even just a tiny one. Did I make a difference? My third question, where am I going? I mean, yeah, I'm going to end up going there anyway, but growing up in a not really religious household and not being really religious myself kind of limits my perspective. So yeah, I'd want to know where I was going. Number 26. You are deep in the jungle when you run into an elephant. The gentle beast talks to you surprisingly. It reassures you that it can take away a single memory or ensure you remember a single moment forever. What do you ask for, and what do you retain or erase? Quite honestly, I think I would have to politely decline the offer. and suggest or ask that it be offered to someone else, because there's nothing that I'd want to forget. To be honest, I'm a forgetful person anyway, but even forgetting a memory, I still remember the emotion that was tied to that memory, the emotion that it evoked or that I had in that moment. And I don't want to forget those. All my experiences have created who I am today, and I wouldn't want to change me for anything in the world. In regards to retaining, again, I don't really care if... I shouldn't really say I don't really care. I care more about that feeling, that emotion that a memory evokes or that you felt in that memory. When it's a really, really strong emotion, it feels powerful. And so I don't necessarily want to remember a single memory or a moment forever, because I'm always going to have that feeling. I'm going to always have that emotion, that reaction. And yeah. So yeah. 27. What would you need to live a happy life? I'm going to answer this question with another question. Who said I'm not living a happy life? Here's my question to you. 28. What would you need to be completely taken care of? Time. Lots and lots more time. More hours in the day would be great. Be able to do my work, do what I love to do. Be able to spend time with my family. 24 hours, that's not a long time. 29. What is the most extravagant life you can imagine yourself living? Would you be happy in this life? Why or why not? The most extravagant life I can imagine myself living is probably going to be living my dream job of being a voice actor and honing my artistic skills. I'd hope to be famous one day, or at least in an extravagant life I would be. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'd be happy in that life. Mainly because I'm hoping by that time, or in this extravagant life, that I'm gonna have the love of my life. Is that included as extravagant? But I'd also be able to take care of my family, and they'd never want for anything. I'd be able to give back to the community. I'd be able to support the charities that mean a lot to me. I'd also be able to support the people who inspired me. And that would be happy to me. That would make me happy. So yeah, I would be happy in that life. Number 30. Who has been in your life the longest that is not related to you? Why have they been around for as long as they have? If we're talking currently, still are around, I'm gonna have to sadly say no one. My family is the only ones that really stuck through it. Otherwise, everybody else just kind of comes and goes, I guess. 31. What is something you wanted really badly, but once you got regretted? Why did you want it? Why did you regret it? I don't really have anything that I've wanted so badly, and once I got it, I regretted it. I mean, I guess you could say I really wanted some consoles to play games on, and once I got them, I will admit I kind of regret it, but that's because I wanted them because I wanted something that was mine, something that I could do to enjoy, and I regretted it because I could have used that money for something else. But it is what it is. I'm happy with them. I just work harder to help make up for it. That's all. 32. Can you ever truly know another person? How do you know when someone loves you? Honestly, I don't think you can ever truly know another person. You can feel like you know them, but because you're not them and you can't really read their mind, or at least I hope you can't. People who read mine, I apologize. But yeah, I don't think you can really know another person, not 100% fully. How do you know when someone loves you? I don't really know. I've never been in that point. I can't really definitively answer that. But I can say I suspect that you'd be able to know when someone loves you because they're there through thick, through thin. Their consistency, they're constantly there. They never give up. Even when you push, they're still there. That, in my opinion, would show that they love you. 33. You can decide what happens after you die. What do you choose? I'm a little confused. If I can choose what happens after I die, I'm hoping that I'd be able to choose that my loved ones don't feel as hurt. So yeah, if I'm choosing what happens to me after I die, I'm hoping to someday come back. Don't care if it's as another person, or heck, coming back as a cat would be kind of fun. But yeah, I'd like to be reincarnated, if that's what that question means. Okay. 34. The love of your life is dying, but you can die in their place. Would you do so? You would die slowly, but painless, in their place. They would know that you made this exchange. Do you take this offer? Part of me really, really, really wants to say yes. But knowing that they would know about the offer, I'd have to say no. Mainly for the whole part of, even if they didn't know about the exchange, that I'd still have to say no. Because it would hurt them. And I really wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to die knowing that the love of my life is going to be hurt. Knowing that I made the exchange would probably hurt them more. Because personally, if it was myself and I knew that my loved one had made the exchange, I'd feel guilty. It wouldn't be my fault, but I'd feel guilty. So no, I wouldn't take the offer. As much as losing the love of my life would hurt me, I'd rather it hurt me than hurt them. I mean, they wouldn't feel pain anymore, so there's a bonus. But yeah, no, I wouldn't take the offer. 35. What act of kindness has changed your life? I don't really know if it's an act of kindness. But just the simple gestures of day-to-day life, I guess. Somebody smiling as they're walking down the street may change my life because it brightens my day. It brightens my day, and I smile at someone else, and that brightens their day. And I know that's probably way off track. It's not really what the question asks, but I don't really have a specific act of kindness that changed my life. So yeah. That is all 35 questions. Holy crow. This is definitely a long one. It's the longest recording I've ever done, over 30 friggin' minutes. Anybody who's listened to this point, I thank you. I appreciate you. Because, most people probably couldn't put up with me for this long, so I applaud you for sticking with me. And I encourage anybody to try and answer these questions. They'll definitely make you think. And I want to say a huge thank you to beforeKnightfalls for posting this, because this questionnaire is just amazing. You do amazing work. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoys. And yeah, again, we'll be doing an audio at some point, but I wanted to do this first. I wanted to change it up, do something different. So yeah, thank you again for listening. I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all in the next audio. Toodles. Mwah.